Assalamu alaikum, this is me Ahtisham and you're watching my YouTube channel RILS The Lingua Expert. I'm the expert trainer of IELTS, PTE, OET, IELTS Life Skills and other English language proficiency exams. In this video, we're going to learn the difference between clause and sentence. In the previous videos, I have already recorded the lectures with respect to clause and its types. So if you haven't watched those videos, I do recommend so that you can fully get to understand the difference between clause and a sentence. Now let's get to begin today's class. If we look at the structure of a clause, so we find out that clause is a combination of at least subject and a verb which can either stand alone to convey its complete sense or not. Whereas if you talk about a sentence, so sentence is also a combination of a subject and a verb which always conveys its complete sense. So here is a difference that you can clearly see, that clause is a combination of subject and a verb which can either stand alone to convey its complete sense or not, whereas sentence always conveys its complete sense and it's also a combination of subject and a verb. If we look at clause, so clause can be categorized in two types. One, we call it dependent, and the other clause category is independent clause, which we also call it main clause. So this is why we say that clause is a combination of a subject and a verb which can either stand alone to convey its complete sense or not. So dependent clause is a clause which can never stand alone to convey its complete sense. Whereas if we talk about a main clause or independent clause, as the name refers to, suggests that it is a clause which can convey its complete sense to the reader or listener. So here, if we look at independent clause which conveys its complete sense, so here in terms of definition, it is quite similar to the sentence definition. Here we also see that sentence is a statement, a combination of subject and a verb which conveys its complete sense. So what is the difference between clause which is independent, conveys its complete sense, and sentence which also conveys a complete sense? So the difference is that clause can never take ending punctuation which we call full stop, period. The second one, question mark, sign of interrogation, and the third one, sign of exclamation, which we call it exclamatory mark. So these three are the ending punctuation. So sentence always takes ending punctuation, any one of them, and it would be complete sense, whereas clause never takes these ending punctuations at the end. We usually separate a clause in a sentence with the help of comma. So this is the real difference between main clause and the simple sentence, like one simple clause, independent clause which conveys its complete sense. If we look at the structure of a sentence, on the other hand, we see that sentence can be categorized in four different types based on structure. We call it simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound and complex sentence. So here we see in all three types, like compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound and complex sentences, we see that usually these types of sentences, they are the combination of different clauses. Like in a compound clause, you actually join two independent clauses with the help of coordinating conjunctions, and, but, or, nor, for, so, yet. We call them fanboys. I've already described them in the parts of speech where we discuss conjunction. Now another type of a sentence which we call it complex sentence, and in complex sentence we usually take one dependent and the other independent clause and we join them together with the help of subordinating conjunction. Like we have too many subordinating conjunctions. I have previously made videos with respect to adverbial clauses. So if you want to get to know about the complex sentences, so all the adverbial clauses which we use with the help of one independent clause, so the combination of one dependent and another independent clause, that is known as complex sentence. But if we see compound and complex sentence, we're going to find out that here we take at least one dependent clause and two or more than two independent clauses which are joined with the help of both subordinating and coordinating conjunctions. So we see that sentence usually, like in terms of compound, complex and complex sentence, except simple sentence, is the combination of clauses, whereas clause is not a combination of clauses. So clause is the combination of at least subject and a verb, but in terms of simple sentence and an independent clause, so here I have already stated that the difference is that sentence takes ending punctuation, whereas independent clause doesn't take. I'll give you one example. I know he's a great student. So this is one independent clause. But if I take a full stop here, so this will be turned into a simple sentence, because one simple sentence is an independent clause which takes any ending punctuation, either full stop, sign of exclamation or question mark. So that's all the difference between clause and a sentence. And in the upcoming videos, I'm going to begin another session with respect to sentence and its types. So please tune in to this channel. If you still have any query with respect to this particular topic, you may feel free to type your message in the comment box below. If you have liked my video, so please do like and share it, and also subscribe to my channel for more informative videos with respect to basic and advanced English grammar. So see you in the next video. Till then, Allah Hafiz.